As a taxi man, you don't know who you're gonna encounter. This is Boxing Day in the Bahamas, and Kai Mills is in the mud. And you could for surely say the only thing the government has done is eradicated this fence there. This is the only thing that they spend money on is putting this fence there. This is a big government baby. I got my brother here. I like this little drone he got set up here. I've never seen a drone this small. It looks like a big frog. And I got my brother here from Sweden. I just want you to say hi to the Bahamas for me.
Hi, Bahamas.
Bahamas, let them know what you do.
I'm working here for Swedish television. We're trying to follow up what happened here during a hurricane and after, what is still happening or not happening, maybe. So we're going to fly and take some images of the camps here.
Okay. All right, we're live here in the mud. Kai is in the mud, in real time, showing you what's happening here, what's not happening. It's amazing. We have people that, this guy come all the way from Sweden to get the news. All the way from Sweden. They're concerned about us and what's going on after the most devastating hurricane in the history of this hemisphere. And as Abaconians, all we can brag about is that the Prime Minister got a fence around here. This is the mud. We got Swedish television here. Unfortunately, I can't speak no Swedish, but I could record as they record in the middle of the mud. And the rain don't want to stop falling in Abaco. You see the rain coming out of the north right now as we speak. We got a little bit of sun up there, but that's gonna soon pass. Right over there's the public dock, and you can see the rain's coming from that direction. I had a lot of rain here this morning and over the weekend. And this place is what they call cleanup. That's what you call cleanup. This is right now the middle of what they call a cleanup. To me, it's not a cleanup. It's garbage. All kind of bulldozer in here, and it's still not clean. It's one of these kayak video as they do a walkthrough to the mud. It's the kayak bus. Anybody need a taxi? It's one of them kayakers, Soul Train taxi. I could brag that I have the only taxi that doesn't have broken windows, broken doors. And I must show the policeman. They're always harassing me, so I gotta show the policeman that I'm all licensed and insured until May 2020. And on top there, I got my Make Abaco Great Again. That's my journalist setting up to report, come all the way from Sweden to report what's going on here. And they're showing more concern than our illustrious Prime Minister. You gotta laugh at some of this stuff. You know, last evening, the Prime Minister was here, and somehow, I wonder what he think his legacy gonna be. I don't think he's gonna have a legacy. And when you see our Prime Minister watching America and Donald Trump them, I want to say some words, some harsh words, but I can leave that because it's Boxing Day. It's a quiet day. But I want to let Dr. Minnis know something that he doesn't know already. I know Henfield is on the side of Dr. Minnis all the time, but all he's doing is singing for his supper. And as a military man, Darren should tell Dr. Minnis, stop following fashion. That what you're doing, feeding the Defense Force in Abaco during Christmas, is a repeat of what American presidents do. But what y'all don't know because y'all are so naive, the American president do that with soldiers that are at war, not soldiers that are in their border. Mr. Prime Minister, you dropped the ball on that one. But Kai could peep what you're doing. You're trying to act as an American president, and you hardly as a president or Prime Minister of the Bahamas. You're making a bad mockery out of the whole hurricane situation. Again, I see what you're doing. American president would fly into the war zone unattached, undetected, and serve food to the troops that are at war. Only war that's going on with the troops that you're feeding in Abaco, the Defense Force, is the war that they have unleashed against the people like Kai Mills that went through Category 5 hurricane, that lost his mother, lost his home, lost his job, lost his city, is that you're feeding these brutes that sexually assaulted me, that stopped me from movement and assaulted me and asking and telling me where I should go, how I should speak. And these are the people that our Prime Minister come to camera up with to feed. These brutes ought to be in jail. Any other country, what they've done to the people of Abaco since the hurricane, the Prime Minister should be ashamed to be seen anyway with these guys. They don't need to be fed. You know where they need to be? Right here. In the middle of the mud right there. Camp out in the middle of the mud there. But no, the Prime Minister got them camper. He ain't got no camper for the people that being affected. These guys have stolen from the people, breaking into their homes, taking away from their constitutional rights by stopping them from movement for no reason. These are soldiers that's supposed to be on the waterfront, but they're in town and creating havoc on the residents of Abaco. And the Prime Minister wouldn't meet with us, haven't eaten with us, wouldn't give anybody that was affected by Hurricane Dorian a plate of food. But yet, he feed these criminals in uniforms and think that the people of Abaco appreciate that. Well, we don't. That is shame, shame, shame on the Prime Minister of this country. After one white man reported that somebody tried to bribe him, the Prime Minister immediately did an investigation or ordered that the Commissioner of Police, Anthony Ferguson, do investigation, because them lily white boys ain't supposed to be treated that way. But when Kai Mills report camered up and he could see live time how they grinning and acting like a bunch of little girls in uniform, the Prime Minister watered them by saying, that's good what y'all did with Kai and to Kai and to Abaconians. Let me feed y'all so y'all could be strengthened to go out and harass, sexually assault, rob, steal. Let me feed y'all on Christmas Day. But I asked the Prime Minister, did he ever thought about the people that are being affected by Hurricane Dorian? We got people there from Switzerland, all the way from Switzerland, right there. And they're more concerned about the people that are affected. They had to try to get some camera up and to try to bring some help to people that are being affected. To date, 4 months in, there is nothing on record to show that our Prime Minister and the government of the Bahamas have cared for the people that is being affected affected by a Category 5 hurricane, the worst hurricane to hit this hemisphere. They are more concerned about feeding the people that were not affected. The Prime Minister of the Bahamas, I want to send this out to the world. The Prime Minister of the Bahamas on Christmas Day came into Abaco and didn't shine light on nobody that is being affected by a Category 5 hurricane. He has feed the Defense Force, which is our military, acting like a United States president that feed the troops during war. These guys are only at war against the Abaconians that are being affected. They have stolen everything that come in for us and protecting the goods from us. Millions and millions of dollars has been collected, and this is the 26th day of December, Boxing Day. And all the millions that's being collected, neither million has been put into the community of Dundastown, Mashaba, Murphytown, and Central Pine that has been devastated. If you drive from Mashaba Airport to the docks, the debris are still there. From September to now, the debris is still on the side of the street. And yet, all our Prime Minister could find to do on Christmas Day was to feed a bunch of criminals in uniforms. That is unacceptable. Neither person from Abaco has benefit from this Prime Minister and this administration called the F&M government since the hurricane 4 months in. On Boxing Day, I asked the Prime Minister, what have you done to stop and to help the people of Central Abaco that been affected by the most devastating storm in the history of the world? Nothing he has done but embarrass the country and embarrass us, and to give us a slap in the face by coming and feeding the Defense Force that ought to be stationed in the mud, rather than got you and your wife feeding them like they some good citizen of this country. You ought to send them all back to Nassau because they have not been doing nothing but hurting. What help has the Defense Force brought to Abaco? It would have do us some real good if they were being placed right there, where all that fencing, and then all that fencing, all that money that y'all spent on fencing could have go back into the pockets of people that is still being affected by the big rainstorms that keep passing over during this month. It's one of these Boxing Day Kai Care videos. And I wonder what the Prime Minister legacy going to be, because he's definitely a one-time Prime Minister. You know what his legacy going to be? Nothing. It could be a nothing Prime Minister, a nothing legacy, because he cared nothing about the people that is being hurt so much. 4 months in, he's feeding the Defense Force and didn't invite nobody from Abaco that's being affected by the hurricane around the table. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Kai care. That's why I'm still here while Darren and the Prime Minister, they downtown John Canoeing. Y'all keep John Canoeing.